Hello everyone. I'm going to show you today how to install Linux Ubuntu version 23.3. So let's get started with that. And this is going to be the kernel build version 6.5, the latest kernel build of 6.5.014 for Ubuntu 23.10 version, the latest and greatest version of Linux Ubuntu. And as you can see, the uname dash R, the output is 6.5.0. That's the kernel build. And the code name is going to be Mantec Minotaur. So I'm going to just show you how to install this, how to use it, and everything about it that you need to know. So I want to thank you for watching this video, but let's get started and make sure that if you haven't subscribed to our channel, my web university is the channel handle. You're welcome to subscribe and like our videos and just get started. So let's get to the browser. This one on the screen, you can see ubuntu.com is website, the download page, basically on the desktop. If you click on this under the ubuntu.com, you come in on the download, and you can see there are different version of download. The earlier version that we have been using is 22.04, and that is long-term support. LTS stands for long-term support, and it's good for 5 years since 2022, and it's going to be until April of 2027. You can see here, guaranteed. The version that I'm going to be installing today is Ubuntu 23.10. And as you can see, this is the Mentec code name with the version of the build of the kernel is 6.5. And it also has the GNOME 45, which is really great. So a lot of improvement, a lot of new features, and a lot of good look and feel for it. And then the kernel built the version, the zettabyte file system supported for ZFS and everything. But let's get started with the version that we are going to install. So I have already installed it on my VirtualBox for one of them. So I could show you the one that is currently installed. And then here you see Ubuntu 22.310. If I just start this one, it will just start the version that I have installed. But for this video, I'm going to also show you the version that is going to be installed and where to download the files. We already downloaded the file and already installed it. But for you to do it, the same thing, you just have to follow this instruction that I'm going to show you next. So right now I'm going to log in on the version that I already installed. This is Linux Ubuntu version 23.10. And as you can see, here is the interface. This is the very nice background desktop. By default, this one doesn't come. You could go on the change desktop, change background, and then the default one could be any of these ones. I believe it was maybe this one originally. That's the Ubuntu, or could be anything. So whenever you have an option to install, it might have been this. Yeah, I think it was this. I had to change it. So whatever the background, you're welcome to play around and use the one that you like. So this is like your choice. And then the voice information, when you just open it, like for example, open a terminal, this is the terminal that you get by default, the username at the host name, and then the path to the current directory, which is home the Wahid desktop. So if I see d2 dot dot, I'm just going to be home Wahid. Echo dollar sign pwd and echo $home are all pointing the same way. Get and password Wahid. You can see my home directory is slash home Wahid. That's why it's coming to that one. With the desktop, the default one is there because of echo $PS1 was pointing to those slash U, meaning the user, slash H, meaning the host name, and slash W is the path to the directory. And this is slash U here at host, at is this hat, and H is host name. So host name itself is going to show our Unix. Uname-A also shows that this Linux kernel, and then the version of the build uname-R will show you the build 6.5. If you want more detail, you can do os-release. You could get the code name as well here, Mantec Monitor. So you can also do a clear screen here. If that is too small, you can do Shift Control plus and then make the size a little bit bigger. So you can do it again, it's gonna get bigger. Every time you do it, it's going to get bigger and bigger. So if you type in exit and then open a new one, and the new one that comes in, open new terminal, it comes in. And there's tabs here that you can just open as many as you want and then work on it. And so Shift Control plus, make it the size there. And these preferences here, you can also go under the preference for the terminal. You can change it to whatever color and combination of background and text and everything that you want, you can change it. But at this time, I'm not going to just go through those ones. I have done those ones on a lot of videos. You're welcome to just watch those ones and learn from it. From one version to another version, they're all the same. And when you install it by default, it comes with Firefox, so you can just start Firefox and you can see that it is already available for you. And then at the same time, it has the Thunderbird, the file manager, which is like a Explore kind of version for Windows. And this is Linux, so you can do the desktop directories and download directories and everything else you want to go through the files and folders, and then just open files and everything you want to do with it. The LibreOffice, if you install the full-fledged version, it is going to be good for LibreOffice. So like Microsoft Office, LibreOffice is free, but Microsoft Office is not. So if you want to use this is similar packages like PowerPoint is Express, and then Calc is for calculator, and then Word is for Word, Writer is for Word, and so on. This is Application Center, which is showing you all the applications that are currently installed. You can search it here and then get it on the search. For example, if you look for firmware, you can type in firmware like that, and then you see the list of the tools that are there, firmware test suite, and so on. Or you could just type in, for example, let's say code for Visual Studio Code. If you install it, you can see I already installed it just to test it. And then when you open a terminal here, on the terminal, if I just minimize this one and right click here, say open terminal, and notice here, every time you open a terminal, this shows up here. So if I just do which code, then you can see code is already installed. Similarly, on the software center here, I can search for anything like PyCharm or Python. I could do it, or could also do apt install code like that, or apt install PyCharm, or use snap install, snap list. Snap is another package manager on Ubuntu, as you know, and apt is another one. So you could use either apt or snap to install it, depending if it is a Ubuntu repository, use apt. If it is a snap package that is containerized, and then you can do snap to install it. The Debian package is also available here. So dpkg. dpkg-l will give you all the list of all the packages. That's the mother of all packages. So on this one, you also have the help center. You can just get help for anything that the manual pages as well as the GUI here that you can do. And then on the command line here, you can type in any command you want to do. Like for example, if I just say which version of Python 3 I have, I can say Python 3 dash dash version, I can get that one. And if I just say more information like GCC, there's no installation, so I can do sudo apt install GCC for a C++, for a C compiler, not C++, GNU C collection compiler. Then I install it, now GCC is installed. So it is as simple as that. Similarly for Vim, if it is not installed, you do apt sudo apt install Vim. It will do it similarly for any other packages like G++. So like right, this one is running here. I have already done the system upgrade and everything. So now say which GCC it is there. So GCC dash version is shows the detail of it. Similarly, say which G++ for C++ compiler is not there. Apt, I have to do sudo first. Apt install G++. That will install the G++ compiler, and then that's which is C++ compiler, GNU C++ compiler. Now, if I say which G++, it's already installed. G++ dash dash version, it is going to give me the detail of it, which is 13.2.0. So, and then similarly for Python, we say dash dash version could give you that information. Python 3 actually, not Python. Python 3 dash dash version, or Python 3 dash V. So if I don't have an alias for Python, by default, since it's Python 3, I have to, if I want to just type in Python, I have to type in, I'll create an alias Python like this is equal Python 3. Now, if I say Python dash dash version, it will respond to the same thing. And if I want to just make it permanent, I create that alias in my .bash or C file, and then that would be permanent. So like, why do I say that one? If I say get end password for the user ID, $, uname dash, not uname, ID dash UN, this is going to show that I'm using Ben Bash. Echo $, shell is Ben Bash, and then that's my shell. So there on my home directory, sorry, clear screen, pwd. I have to write lowercase pwd to get that because Linux is case sensitive. So right here, I have to cd to my current home directory. Now there's a .bash or C here. Clear the screen. Let me see, ls minus la, ls minus la. LA is showing you all the hidden files. So when you do that .bash or C like that, it's going to show you. Now vim.bash or C, and then I go all the way to the alias list, search for alias, and then these are a list of aliases here. I can just add one more alias anywhere. Like right here, I could say alias Python is equal Python 3. I could do that one, and if I put it within the code, I could do that within code, or I could specify the path to it. That would also work. So now alias Python 3, and then if I just exit out of this one, open a new terminal, and then the .bash or C already runs. If I want to run it from the command line, I could also do something like this, .bash or C, not like that, no slash. So now environment run. So if I just say alias, and the alias, one of them is Python. Alias Python, the one that I did is there. Python dash version version lowercase is gonna give me the same output. Python now, if I wanna get into Python, run these commands, I can get that one, exit out of it, it is there. So I showed you a number of things with these ones, and then let me just go to, this is the R pool. Since I did the um, Z pool, ZFS clear screen, if I just say cat etcfs tab file, this is the file system table, which is R pool and Z pool stuff. So ZFS list zettabyte file system is installed on the as a file system here, and then you can see that it's ZFS file system. ZFS list is listing all the partition and everything the way I want to do it, and then Z pool let's also give you the list of it. But we will have a discussion on that file system for ZFS, a separate video. It's a very powerful file system that has, that's why it's called zettabyte file system, because the storage will never just get full. It is you can add as much many devices as you can afford on the pool, and just grow your pool size, and then just create files. It supports a large file system. It supports encryption, 128-bit file system, and then also it that makes a snapshot on copyright. Whenever you write it, it makes a copy of it for the snapshots. So it is all a very secure and robust file system. Much better than extended 4 file system, but it's your choice. You can still do ZFS, XFS, and extended 4 file system, whichever one file system you prefer, you can use that one. There's also trash here, and then these are a show for software, all that options that are here. You can do mines and other ones, LibreOffice software, and then on this one, you can also go under the software here and install something. So like, for example, if I want to install PyCharm, I could just search it, and then PyCharm Community Edition, and click on the install here, and then install it. So I'm going to just close all of this, and then I can just go here, say, shut down the system. On power mode, you can just do whatever you want to power off the system or not from here. You can just log out, and then say log out, and then later on say power off. Or you could do a shutdown -H now. If your file system is synced, you can shut it down that way too. So this is gonna take a little bit time, like when you shut down, but I can just also click on this one and say power off, and then just I don't need the system to be up and running. So I could install it for you and show you how to install it. And here on the file manager, you can see if I go to downloads directory, there's Ubuntu 22.3 desktop version, which I got it already from this page. So I click on here and download it, and then now it's on my desktop right here. I'm going to use that one to create a new virtual box with Ubuntu 23.10 kernel build 6.5. So let's get started with that. I'm gonna click on new. Here I'm gonna give it a name, say Ubuntu. Ubuntu. I'm gonna just say 2310. You can give it any name that you want to do, that's fine. And like right here, I said underscore 2310, and this one I'm going to give a different name. So here I'm gonna click on this one and choose the ISO image that I have downloaded on my download directory, which is 23.10.1 desktop AMD 64.ISO image. And then all of these options are okay. So I'm gonna click next here, And then as you can see, there's a lot of improvement on the installation software. So this is saying that the user is going to be VirtualBox user. I'm gonna just change that one to Wahid, all lowercase. I'm gonna give a new password to for it, and then so I just type in the password, a very secure password, and it is a strong password. Don't make it so easy to guess, and then the host name is gonna show Ubuntu 23.10, we could say our Ubuntu, like that, our Ubuntu. Let me just make this one the whole thing uppercase, Ubuntu. Our Ubuntu, ours is that old uppercase and UR is lowercase. And this guest domain name, I'm just gonna leave the virtualbox.org, my guest information. That is up to your choice. If you just want to have this domain name valid domain name that you have a DNS registered, then you can do that as well. So and now I'm going to click on the next. Here is memory allocation. I'm gonna give about 16 gig on it because 16 gig, I show you on the command prompt. The host operating system in this case is Windows operating system, system info, find string /I, and then I'm gonna say OS name. It's gonna show Windows 11 Professional Edition, which is Microsoft Windows 11 Professional here, and the kernel build is command line is 10.0, and then that's the build version of it. And then I have on this machine, on in terms of memory, if I look at memory, I have about 32 gig of physical RAM, and this is physical memory. And then I'm going to allocate 16 gig for my system. And then since I have a processor, if I look at the processor here on the model, it's an Intel i7 core, Intel 64-bit family version. And then I have mini IT generation 11 generation. And then if I go here, say diagnostic, like or device manager, after device manager, you can see under the processor, I have about 8 cores. They're all 3.4 gigahertz, and then Intel Core i7, as you can see. So I'm going to just use the system to just allocate 16 gigabyte of RAM here, and then a processor, and instead of one, I'm gonna give it 4 of them because I have 8 cores. And then I'm going to click next. Here, the size of the hard disk, I'm just gonna increase it to maybe 100 gig because I'm gonna install everything. 20 is very small, so 105.85 is good enough. And then here it says pre-allocated full size. I am not going to use any hard disk that exists already. I'm going to just create new one. So I'm gonna say next, and then here all the information that is going to be double checked. I double check it and say, okay, this is the host name, this is the domain name, and then I'm going to just say finish, and then it's going to go through the steps to install it. This powering up the virtual machine notification comes in, and then here under the view you can click on scale mode so you can see a little bit bigger. This notifications, I'm going to close these ones and I watch it on the screen to see where it is processing it. So at this time, it's trying to just come up with installation steps, but the installation step, when it comes in, it is going to give me a choice of whether I want to do a minimalist install or a full-fledged version of Linux Ubuntu with LibreOffice and all the other tools that are there. So let's get to see why this screen is just taking this long. It shouldn't take this long. It should have already refreshed the screen and gave me something. Maybe I'm running too many other processes. I'm gonna close some of these other ones to release some more memory. These are nothing, but it's still. Let's see. Okay, it's not good for this nice interface. I'm not even seeing anything on my screen right here. Okay, so let me just see what is going on. I'm gonna pause it for a second so you don't see a black screen. Okay, and just before I pause it, I could hear that it is doing some work, and I could hear the noise, and it's gonna just freshen soon. So the black screen is still going on, and there, I might have by accident click on the silent. I don't think I did, but I'm going to shut it down here and restart it to make sure that that option was not the case. So at this time, if I just don't need this version, I'm going to delete it and just go through the step again. So let's just we can start it, but it might just go to that black screen right away. Let's just start it to see if it goes to the black screen, then I'll shut down and remove it and reinstall it without the silent option. But notice that it is coming with the screen there. So something was wrong in the first time, and now I'm going to say try to install it, and then it's gonna go to the screens, and we're seeing this time the screen. So we didn't have to remove it. If your session also give you a black screen, maybe you can just file kind of like a bug report or something, because it happened to me, it happened to you, and most likely it happens to another person. But sometimes if you just shut down and restart the virtual machine, it's gonna take off where it started, and then that might just come up with this. And I might have clicked on the mouse integration, this notification, this screen could have just taken a while. I didn't have the patience because it's a fast machine. Sometimes we are spoiled for waiting for a computer to just do more than 1 minute. But notice it is already doing the preparation for installation, and everything looks nice on the interface. So I'm going to choose English. So click next. And here the installation says install Ubuntu and then try Ubuntu. I'm going to say install it on my machine. So then I can check again English for installation. And then here it says use a wired connection, which is my connection already there. And then update to the um, I forgot what, I can hardly read that one, it's small. Um, Update to a version, okay, so of Git and everything, I'm gonna say, skip that one, and then here, it says default installation is minimum, but I want the full installation with LibreOffice altogether, everything. If you want the minimum, without any LibreOffice and any other tools and packages, you can do that one, but if you want everything all together, just use full installation. Also the software for graphic and other downloadable packages that are device drivers, everything. You just choose those options and continue on. It will just use that one. So I'm going to do erase the entire disk, but here it says advanced features. On the advanced feature, I want to use ZFS, Zettabyte File System, and instead of the default one, which is LVM, Logical Volume Manager. You can use Logical Volume Manager if you want, but I really appreciate the ZFS, which was built by Solaris Sun Microsystem at the time, zettabyte file system is a very, very powerful file system. I want to use that one. So you just use that one and then click next. And it says that these devices will be created, SDA1 through SDA4, and then the swap file system and all those partition will be created. So I say go ahead and install it. And then it detects my zone, which is Los Angeles, America, Los Angeles, and California Pacific Standard Time. And then here it's gonna say your computer name. So I'm gonna just say our Ubuntu. I'm gonna say our Ubuntu, our Ubuntu. And then what is that one? Computer name. Oh, your name. Sorry. And this is your name. I'm gonna say Wahid. So Wahid. And then I'm gonna give my full name. Your full name is, I'm gonna say Wahid Dullah. And then computer name is our Ubuntu. Let's just write U uppercase and O uppercase. And then full name is Wahidullah. Choose password. I'm gonna give a strong password. So the sudo password will also be enabled for you. And then use Active Directory. No, we are not going to use Active Directory or LDAP. We're going to use the ATC password, ATC shadow, ATC group files. And this is a virtual machine locally, and then we're fine with it. The option that you want to use dark or by default is white. You can change it to darker if you want. I just did last time this one. I'm going to try the darker one to see all the nice interface by default when it comes in. So then you can say next, and then and now it's going through the installation, installing the system. And then when it's installing, look how fast it is working on it. And then all the uh, application software are going to be installed here. You can also right click here to see what are the software, like Spotify is there, fast free, full of new features. And it says that all the application you need, development with the best of open source, enhance your creativity, and then great for gaming, private and secure, the security of it. 66% of developers prefer Ubuntu. That is true. One of them, I have worked on Ubuntu for a while, and I develop on Ubuntu. I do a lot on Rocky Linux as well as Red Hat, as well as all version of Unix and Linux for more than 30 years now. And then I enjoy all of them. I really like them. So it is going through the installation as of currently, and you can see that all the packages that are having it available for you. It will show you also here installing the system. And then you can maximize this window, and you see the only Ubuntu and with a little bit more nicer fonts, so you can see it. The version that we are getting installed is 23.10.1, and the build of the kernel is 6.5, which is very nice. You can see the other software that are getting installed. There's shortcuts and Telegram and Nextcloud, and there's a lot of stuff. SSH, OpenSSH, OpenSSL, combination of secure software. You can build Apache web server. You can install other software. You can do a lot of things. Coding with Python, coding with code, Visual Studio Code, PyCharm, and then C, C++, Go language, Swift, and you name it. Everything is available on the Linux platform, especially on Ubuntu, and there's no issue with licensing. Everything is free, open source, and you can just install it and then use it, and then code and then develop on it and then give it to them. Here, the activity changed to a crossbar, and then you can click on this one, and then you can see different desktop screen as well. There's a lot of nice tools, like you see my desktop. When I click on the activity, I see that these softwares are getting installed. Firefox is one of them, File Manager, Thunderbirds, and then LibreOffice. And if you click on LibreOffice, the LibreOffice software, as it gets installed, it also opens it up for you. I don't need to run LibreOffice at this time. I'm going to just say, well, this is available. It already got installed. I'm going to close it and close this one. And then this is the installation, but here you have a number of options. So the software updates everything that the software gets updated. You can see here a list of software that are currently installed. Under the features, you see a list of like PyCharm if you want to install Spotify. There's so many nice tools here, LibreOffice and Google Cloud. Um, you name it, there's so many. And then under productivity, there's some tools and like Chromium. If you want to install Chromium, you can have Firefox, Chromium, and Opera with Snapd. All of those ones are available for you and that you can install. And then here on the list is a lot, so you can just move down and see more. As you can see, there's more options. Slack is there, and then name it. I mean, there's so many. And so a lot of these packages, you can use the apt list to get a list of them, and apt install to install them, or snap a list to list them, and snap install to install them, or do a apt upgrade and update to do the system update. For development tools, for example, you have so many things here. You can see that the options are very, very extensive. So there's a lot of nice stuff. We will show you more. If you're a game person and you want to do gaming or programming in game or playing games, that's your choice also. I'm gonna close on this software update and look at this one. I say system setting up the system. It's almost there. It is just configuring it, but at the same time, you can just come in on the help and get commands and utilities helps on it. And each one of them you click on, you can get, for example, about GNOME, and then you get the Ubuntu information. Anything you click on, the activities, and you get sensitive information on those helps. So that's easy to just browse through. And then right here it says install Ubuntu 23.10. That came out as the version that is there. And then this is the ZFS file system. File manager is opening it. There's all kind of information that you can go through. If you open a terminal, you can open a terminal and then do Shift Control Plus and then say uname -a. Now you can see that uname -r and cat -n atcos -release. You can get all that information. As you can see on line 4, the code name is Mantec, and then Minotaur, and then Mantec is the code name, and then also the version of the OS is 23.10, Linux Ubuntu. All that details are here. So by default, like if I say which calc, since I haven't installed the external stuff, it's not there. If I say which calendar, it's not there. But if I say calendar command, it says you need to install a new calendar, ncal. And to install that one, I'm just a regular user. User ID is Ubuntu. This is because I haven't done the OS yet installation. This is just out of the CD. So I want to install it. I have to do sudo apt install mcal, and that would install it, but then at the same time just get mcal running. Similarly for and so now say which ncal is installed. So ncal works, and then also cal works. Ncal minus j for a Julian format, you get it cal ncal minus j in Julian format, you get that information. New calendar. Similarly, if I just say which vim is not installed, so I have to do sudo apt install vim, and that would install vim. I say I go ahead and install it, and then now here which vim it is there. Vim etc host name, you can see that now I'm inside the etc host file name, and set list, I can see line numbers, uh, new line characters. Set no list, not new line characters, the invisible character like dollar sign with new line character. Set in U, the line number will show there. So I'm gonna quit out of Vim. There's other videos I have for Vim that you can watch, but if I just say which and GCC is not installed, so this would not work. But I have to do sudo apt install GCC. Similarly, if I want to just use the G++, then I have to install that one there. So now which GCC it is there, GCC dash version, it tells me the name of the code there. And if I just want to say, and here say then, say, let's say proc1.c, I can write it and say pound and pound, let's say, include, and then standard io.h. Then I say int main function, and then say printf, and just say hello world, and then put a new line character here, and then just say go ahead to close that one and return successfully, meaning 0, then put a semicolon, and then here closing the brace. I did not open it here, I have to open it here. So that is open and closed of the function. Clear screen cat minus n proc1.c. Now since I compile that one, GCC proc1.c will just try to compile it. Include, I missed the include correctly, so proc1.c, I have to type in include correctly, and include like that. Now it recognizes it, and then clear screen GCC proc1.c, it created the a.out, and I run a.out, it's going to say hello world. If I want to just create a name for it, GCC minus O prog1.c, then it's going to say, minus O prog1, and that's executable. Now I have a prog1 as executable file, executable length format. So to run that prog1, automatically say the same thing. So file prog1 and a.out, they are both executable length format. And def prog1 and a.out, there's no difference. Echo $sign question mark is going to return 0, meaning successful. Now, if I want to run Python program, I could say Python 3, and it's going to get there. Say I say print, and then say hello world, and just say that one, a new line character, and notice that it's going to do the same thing. So if I just get here, and I could say Python 3 minus C for command line, and then I could just say the command is print, and then single quote here, say print, not print, sorry, single quote, and then this left parentheses, and then single quote here because I started with double quote in front of the P. So I'm gonna say hello world, and then you can just do as many things you wanna do. It is not an issue. So if I just wanna use some other statement here, I could just say run this command for num and a range of 10, let's say, and then I could just say semicolon print num. Uh, and then at this time, the semicolon is not understood because it's not on the new line characters. And then that is not understood here with this slash. No, let me clear my screen here, and then here I could say print, and then oh, you can actually say colon because it's separator. Print num, and then do this one, it will do that. I missed the colon here because the syntax of a for statement works like that. So similarly, you have to do that one. If you do a Python here, you could, sorry, Python 3 here, and then you say for num in range of 10, 100, 20. This is going to say that of and then say print, use the f function for f string, and then here you say the num or just say number is equal, and then here you could just say num within the brace, and then close it and with a single quote, and do that. Now it will print the same thing. So here's a 10 star in this 100, a stepwise 20. So it says start 10, a step through 20, and differences 10 to 30, 50, 70, 90, and it will stop at 90 because the next number is 110, which is we did a stop at 100. And then it says the number is, and right here it is f a string, so whatever you put in between the braces, that variable will get the value printed there. I'm going to show you also GCC here. So I'm going to say which G++. When G++ is not installed, so I say apt sudo install G++. Sorry, not apt. You do sudo and then apt. You have to install it first with sudo access privilege. Now, which G++, it shows that G++ dash dash version, it tells me that it's installed. But now if I just change that prog1, ls minus l prog1.c to make a copy of that one, say copy prog1.c to prog1.c++. I could say C++ or whatever extension I could say. Now file of prog1.star, notice that the prog1.c is there. The other one, I didn't name it prog1, so I'm gonna do that. rmpro1.c++ is gone. So now if I just do the same thing with this file star, you can see they're both a C code because inside the file header, it does not have the proper information. So I'm going to say vim prog1.c++, and then instead of include standard IO, I'm going to say IO stream. Input output stream is C++, and then end main is fine, but I could also say using namespace std, standard IO as the std as the scope resolution. Then here I could do the printf, and this is fine. I haven't used the namespace yet, but I could do a printf statement to see what it does. So file, it shows now because I use the namespace, an IO stream, it says this is a C++ code. So I could say G++ minus O, and then proc2 dot, for proc2 dot C++. And then now I'm trying to compile it. I just do not have the proc2, I have it proc1 dot C++. Only the extension is different. So now I just generated a file called proc1 for the C++. So now I run the proc1 and it will say hello world. Vim, not Vim, file proc1, it is just showing the C++ executable. File proc1.c++, its source code is C. If I change that proc1.c++, and just instead of this one, I could say include cout, and then just to do this, and then write this. I could have done this and then say inline, and then I don't need this slash new line character. I could have left it there, and then that would also work like this. And then now I have to recompile vim proc1.c++, and instead of hello world, I'm going to just add one more line, say welcome to C++. Let's say just so we get a different output. Now G plus plus minus O proc1, and then we use the source code proc1.c++, and then now we run proc1. It should say hello world as well as welcome to C++, and it does. So you can see the code cat minus n proc1.c++ is a combination of cout and other stuff. If I just don't want to do the std colon resolution, I have to add this one. But if I just the scope resolution, so I could say also let's say copy proc1.c++, proc2.c++, and then proc2.c++. I could also change this one and just say now don't use the scope resolution. Then I have to say std colon in front of every time I use cout or nline. So if I just compile it right now, the line number set and u, the line number 6 is going to error out because the scope resolution is not in front of the cout. But I'm going to add it so it doesn't error, and then I could just compile it with this way. Since we took the using namespace out, you have to put this one in the format that C++ can understand it. Cat minus n proc2.c++. Now I'm still saying G plus plus minus O, create the proc2 as executable from proc2.c++, and then file proc2. It is created, and then that is executable, and here's the output. And so it works the way you want it, like that. Okay, so let's get to close these ones. I'm going to close it, and then I'm going to come back to check on the installation, which is on this. And then this is supposed to be done all the way here by now. I think I could just reboot the machine and then just get it working, because this software is already available. And let's see, if I just go on the screen here and then say power off. Okay, this is still going to welcome to Ubuntu. It's looks like the installation completed, but now it's preparing for Ubuntu to come up. with the screen, and then we're going to just reboot it after when we look at this preparation completed. It also, the installation, it depends on what how many packages you choose, and how fast your resource are in terms of memory and processor speed, and then how much memory you have allocated. I believe I allocated 16 meg. So you can right click here and say open terminal and just say run top, and you can see that it is about 16 gig altogether. If I just run top, or I could say free-h and human readable, that says 15 gig, and it's 7 gig is used. I can also say Control Shift plus to make this screen bigger. I could also say cut minus n, cut slash prop slash mem info, and 5 more, and then you can see a 16 gig that I have allocated for it, and it's about 7 gig is available. And similarly, if I just look at the processor info, CPU info, then you can get all the information about the CPU. There's 4 of them that I have installed on this one. Processor 1, 0, 2, and 3. 3 is the last one, which is processor 4. And then the speed and everything. You can also use a ghost name CTL command to get all the information about the virtual machine installed. It's a virtual box software. And then you can also do ls hardware and then get all the information in terms of the hardware and that is on the system. You can do a pipe more and then get it, and then minus class, you can get the class information. You can also do fdisk -l. The fdisk, you can see the loopback interface. In this case, fdisk -l/dev/sba one, for example, it says permission denied, so I have to run that command with sudo, and you will get the output. SDA gave you all the information on all the partition table here. df-h also gave you the information. ZFS-list also gave you the information. zpool give you the list of the commands that are available. Zpool, for example, list will give you that one. And then RPM minus QA. If there's no RPM on this is Ubuntu, you have to do apt install RPM. But if you want to get all the packages, apt list will do the listing of them. Similarly, snap list will give you all the packages that are there. So if I know Firefox is a snapd, I could say snap a list Firefox, and then that would show that one. And if I want to get information on it, I do snap info Firefox like that. But there's a lot more tools. This is still going on, so I'm gonna continue and show you more. And manual pages, clear the screen, man, pwd, it will show you the print working directory here. Man df command, the man minus s section 3 scanf section 3 scanf, and then you can see the section 3 scanf. But if you wanted the printf section 3, that's the standard IO that we used just earlier. That is a scanner for that. However, if you want to get by default the printf for section 1, if you don't give the section name, it's going to just look for the system command, which is in this case a printf on section 1 manual pages, and that's going to be giving the output like that. So, and there's a user share man directory. All these man pages that are coming is coming from that directory. So if I say man section 1, it will just give me all section 1. And if I just look for that grep minus I printf, you can see that there's a printf dot one dot gunzip. Similarly, if I get it from section 3, there's a printf dot 3 dot gunzip. And you can see printf dot 3 with sprintf, all of the other ones are there as well. All the ones you want. So if I say minus W, with the word, then it's gonna just make it distinguished by that. Let's see this information that is taking forever to do Ubuntu preparation. Come on, Ubuntu, you're much faster than this. So let's just give it a little bit more time. Let me see if Xterm is installed. Xterm is not installed, so in order to install it, you have to do apt sudo apt install Xterm. And then Xterm once installed, you can just run Xterm in a very nice graphical interface, as well as this session is already there on the GUI. So echo $ display, you can see that it is there. So if I say which Xterm is now installed, I can run clear screen Xterm here and lowercase, and it opens a default Xterm. But notice the size in other ones are small, so if you do Shift Control Plus, it does not work inside Xterm. In order to do that one, you have to do Xterm minus font size is 15, let's say, and then minus font name faces is going to be a different name, like New York. Now it is bigger. So you can see that it is running these ones. And here you can run other external minus BG. Let's say I'm going to say open it with pound 25 dark red 00, and then 00 for red blue green blue. So the red is 25, green is and blue is 0, which means don't make any thing. And then foreground option, I'm gonna make it all white. So pound FF means 3F would be like 6F would be just white color. And then here you could say a different font or anything. You can also background it. So you could see I type in experiment accurately. So I just missed the R here. Now it's gonna work. But notice the font was not good. So in order to clear the font, you have to just say minus faces in New York, for example. You could write New York in space here, minus font size, and let's say 15 was good. And then we could do that one. Now it is good quality. And then here, if I just change the font size from 25 to, let's say, the green to be 20. Let's make it 20 rather than 25. Now this color, right, really nice. Unit minus A, unit minus R, ZFS list. So all the commands you could run and then open and close it here. So here, if I just do the same thing, and instead of green, I could make it like 25 for blue, then now it's a very nice dark blue. DF minus H, clear screen, and calendar minus calendar 1, 2024. So January 2024, you can see it is on a Monday, which is today is the date is December 26, 2023, and calendar of this month, you can see it is 26, which is already on Tuesday. And then in a few more days, we're gonna have a new year. And hopefully it will be a good new year, love and peace for everybody, not just so many problems that this year happened and previous years. We just came out of Corona problems, and now people are at war everywhere. I hope everybody wants peace and love and taking care of each other and stop killing innocent people and babies and children. And then they all care about one another one, because in the long term, if you look at history, those that do genocide and kill other innocent people will never look good. It is, no matter what the excuse is, when you just kill innocent people or children, it is wrong thing to do. I hope that stops, and then love and peace to all nations and all humanity. All life should be respected, and all life should be treated fairly. This is taking for a while. I'm just gonna let it go, and then I think I'm going to end this video at this point. And I think this is just not needed to go, and then all I have to do is run the software update afterward. And then you can also run that one using a terminal here. Um, but the installation, normally when you do it, you become root sudo dash. You just get that one ID dash un. Now this root, and then ID by itself, it shows you all of the group and everything. So if I just do apt update, and then double ampersand apt upgrade. This means that updated and also upgraded. So this one command runs together. When this one finish, and also run this command. That is the command that you want to do it after your system is all up to the installed, and then you just want to make sure that it is there. So if I just say run two command, or like pwd and hostname, and that it says okay, my pwd succeeded. Now I'm running this command. If I just put another ampersand, say ls, then it's gonna run the ls. And I put another ampersand, say calendar, it's gonna run the calendar as well. So that is an and statement. Like, and if this is true and that is true, that is true, all of those ones are the same. But if I put semicolon instead of and, this is going to definitely run the command whether the one command is succeeded or not. Notice that if I just do semicolon, all those commands will work. If I just change this calendar command, for example, to say something like the trash, and then say another pwd, notice the trash command that is not a valid command. This one says command not found, but then the execution pwd worked. So now if I change that one and instead of this, and I say ampersand, then since this command fails, the pwd will be short circuit, will not run the command. So ls, and then that actually ls run there. So that is still good, whether you put ampersand in front of this and ampersand in front of this. These are all valid command that runs. So the command that doesn't run, the one command that doesn't run is this. Since if I put an ampersand instead of semicolon, this command is going to say not found. The last pwd does not run. Notice the command not found, and then the last pwd not found. But if I change that one to an or statement, it still is going to run, because that is saying that whether this command succeeded or not, still run the next command, either these or that. So the pwd still works. And if I just remove this command, notice it's the same thing. Pwdd still works. If I change that one to and, I don't get any output, because the first command is not going to run. Therefore, the second command. If I make this command a valid command, let's say calendar, now both of them runs. Now, if I just do this one, or only the calendar runs, because the pwd, this is a short circuit. It says only that.